Hello, this is Max Thompson, and this is another devlog update video. This one's just going to be a short one, just to show off a quick little change that I've added and some progress with some of the effect work that we're doing. So last time I showed off the updated combat system and how that was different compared to the original one that I'd initially gone for, just to fit a lot better with the style of game that we're going for. This time I'm just going to show you a little addition to the sort of weapon system, specifically a weapon switching system now. As within the game, the player will be able to have two amps equipped to themselves at one time, one of them being their currently equipped weapon to give them that specific weapon's abilities and stats, and then another one which will be more of a holstered weapon, which will basically be like their secondary and allow them to switch between the two. So I can show you here. I've updated this now, so this white amp is no longer the old combat system. It is just a copy of the base system with a reskin light. Same with the blue one here. This will be updated once I actually begin work on adding in the different sort of combat styles. Once we narrow down what combat style we want to fit each specific type of weapon and music genre, sorry, and then I can go from there. So, just to show you really quick, the initial equip still is the exact same. So, as you can see here, the weapon style is the same. Main thing, or two things actually. Firstly, I've added just some weapon trails just to test to see how they'll look in the game. This is from a pack on the Unreal Marketplace, or Fab as it's now called for some reason, that I got quite a while ago for free. And basically it comes with a preset selection of weapon trails that can be added to an animation montage and play during a set time. It's very easy to implement, very easy to change around. I might have to do some testing when it comes to setting a specific weapon trail depending on which one's equipped, but I'm sure that's just setting an asset in the blueprint. But yeah, just to play around with it to see how it will look. There are some janky bits, especially with certain weapon hit animations, mainly that like top-down slam one, more like the actual slash location, so just some offsets can be added individually in the animation montage. Another thing you'll probably be noticing is on some of the attacks, like that one there, there's sort of like a time dilation slowdown effect. I had that added on the old combat system, and for some reason it just stopped working at one point, and I wasn't really sure why. But then I figured out it's because as I have made a new base character, apologies for that, new base character blueprint, the actual character itself, I've got to change the reference in the blueprint for that was actually causing the attack combos counter to update. So I would have needed to do that in the future anyway, but I noticed it the other day when I was doing the updates for the amps, and so now the little weapon dilation actually works. A little refresher on that, basically every fifth hit during a combo adds a sort of like slowdown effect. Most likely I'm going to remove this, just because it might affect the beat synchronization that we're going for now, whereas when I initially implemented it, I wasn't going to use it. But yeah, we'll definitely need the combo counter aspect of it, so I can just remove the time dilation. But anyway, back to the amp switching. So, and before, when I had a amp equipped and interacted with another amp, it would switch the two. But now, it equips the one that you pick up or interact with, and then holsters your current one. And additionally, if you've already got a amp holstered, it will just swap the one that you've got equipped and keep the holstered one. Now, how do I access the holstered one? Because currently, for now, the blue amp is my equipped one. If I was to press R, a little animation plays, and it switches the equipped amps. I think the animation that I chose was from one of the animation packs for the attacks that I'm using, and I thought it was really good for hiding the transition. But yeah, like I was saying, when you interact with a amp to change it, you can see here there's not really any animation, and it sort of snaps into place. So this little change animation is really useful to hide that during gameplay. May change it in the future, but the same sort of style will be applied. And also, I updated the combat notification, basically so that while you are attacking, you can't switch weapons. This is literally just added on to the existing tag system that I'm using to determine when you're in combat, when you're moving, and when you're idle. So basically, while the tag is either combat or moving, you can't switch and the weapon states, because that would basically break everything. But you can see directly after a successful hit, I can switch. So this could allow for a lot faster gameplay, a lot of switching of styles. There is a little bit of a delay after switching, but that's probably just still linked to the timeline stuff. So that can be easily updated. But yeah, I feel like this was pretty effective in terms of the weapon switching. It was quite interesting to do. The placement of the amps will most likely change once we've got the actual character model in place, but the idea of having two equipped at one time, probably even the size of the amp will change as well. But yeah, having two equipped at one time will for sure allow for a lot easier switching between. Also, I was still thinking of adding a cable component to both the handle and the equipped amp. In my head, it's just a case of getting two sockets, basically the socket location of the aux in on the amp, you can see the little divot, and then the bottom of the weapon handle, because the weapon handle is not ever going to change. It's only the equipped amp and the weapon blade itself. So the handle will always stay the same. So that'll be a fixed point. So that's probably where I'll start the cable, and then the endpoint will update during the animation to the equipped amp's aux point, which could be pretty simple enough. I could add that basically later on after this, but for now it's not really a main focus. It would just be more of an aesthetic thing, just to show the links between the two. Also, I want to see how the cable will work with the combat, if it will look very janky at all, or if it will potentially look quite good. But with some of these animations, you can see there's a lot of movement and like waving about, so it could potentially just cause a lot of screen pollution, which we don't really want. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. And worst comes to worst, I'll give you an update as to whether or not it actually worked or not. But yeah, like I said, short little update video, just to show off the little weapon switching. This also works with the controller input. Same sort of thing as all the other inputs, just made an enhanced input and linked that to R on the keyboard and currently left stick in on the controller, which will most definitely change, probably to like a right bumper or a left bumper, but for now it was just the first one that I could think of. But yeah, in the future when we actually define all the controls properly, I can easily update that and then go from there. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you more in more Cadenza updates.